All right, we're in round 3, hoping to get 1 for pride. I'd like 1 win for pride. Just begging the magic gods, begging them on both knees, hands clasped together, begging for good draws. All right, well, at the very least, we get to go Efreet into Aspirant. I guess that's not bad. All right, there's a good draw. Well, can't exactly attack into that. So, guess we could Arc Lightning it, swing for 2. Seems reasonable. Or could play an Expert as well. Yeah, I guess Expert's not bad. If he outlasts, though, then that guy becomes a better threat. Arc Lightning, swing 2, or Bloodfire Expert set up for a better Arc Lightning next turn. I feel like he's still motivated to not outlast next turn. I'm going to play the Expert. See, if I just use an Arc Lightning on a Captain and get in for 2, he possibly plays another creature. I just need to actually have a board state that does something when I play my removal. If you just play removal and hope that pinging away for him at 2 every turn is going to be enough, I just don't think it is. I mean, he could outlast here, but then we at least get in for a bunch of damage. And I still feel like being able to Arc Lightning is going to work better for us with the Expert out for the prowess. Oh, and he's Bitter Revelation. Bitter Revelationing. So yeah, this is going to work out about 30,000 times better than Arc Lightning on Captain. Since now I get to kill the Captain and get in for 6 points of damage. Which happens to be more than 2. Some people don't realize that 6 damage is more than 2. But it is. It actually is. All right. Arc Lightning. Actually, yeah, that's actually better, isn't it? So we get to go Outburst, collateral damage, kill Captain. Sack token. Get in for 7. Yeah, I would say the Bloodfire Expert play worked out just a wee bit better than using Arc Lightning last turn. Just a wee bit. All right. It's got 3 mana up still, which, I don't know. Seems worrisome. I think we just... Yeah, we got the land. Well, that's interesting. I think we go Shrieker Swing Team. Could go Lightning on it, but he seems to have a trick, like Awaken the Bear or something. So I'd rather go Shrieker, although maybe it's, I don't know what it is, actually. I mean, I can also go Arc Lightning, Swing, Aspirant, which isn't bad either. But set up for a Shrieker next turn. Yeah, that's actually not the worst idea. Could be a cancel too, I guess. Let's just let's go for the Arc Lightning play here. See if he's got Awaken the Bear. Cancel, force away, or nothing. It's got to be force away. Whisk away. All right, so get in for 4. Yeah, this still worked out way better for us, and we get to follow up with an Aspirant. Next turn we get the Shrieker. He's got to deal with our board. Do have an Expert on top now, so Whisk away is actually a pretty good card against us, since we're pretty top deck reliant. But we definitely have lethal here, barring him having anything. Okay, after a little deliberation, our opponent decided to concede. So, is our deck going to follow this trend of crushing game 1 only to get crushed games 2 and 3? I hope not. I am hopeful that that is not the case. I still only have Bring Low, I guess. Break Through the Line is just not good in our deck. What does it get us through with? Swift Spear, maybe an Aspirant that's not rated. Efreet, Instigator, just an Outburst token. Not quite enough stuff to make me want to bring it in. But let's try again. Let's draw well. Still on my knees, Magic Gods. Please, please let me draw well in game 2. Our prayers have been answered. We actually have a pretty reasonable looking keep here in game 2. Did our opponent have more than 40 cards in his deck? Is that why he took quite a while to sideboard? And I'm not sure why. Ooh. We get to go Efreet into Aspirant into Warshrieker Lurkers. That's a good turn progression. Heart Piercer Bow. What's going on here? Still definitely jamming the Efreet. No plays. That's a good sign. Second Warshrieker. Interesting. All right, so we swing. Get to jam an Aspirant and pass. Doesn't make the best use of mana, but does give us the most amount of power on board. And it's something that could technically attack into a Tuskguard Captain. See if he's got the Douse and Gloom, perhaps. Heart Piercer Bow. That's an interesting one. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that almost more than the Warshrieker play. But I don't mind trading off an Aspirant and getting a Warshrieker and a creature and still having a Wild Slash either. Although, yeah, Let's go Wild slash Instigator Morph. Now if I draw a land, I get to go War Shrieker, Lurkers. So this hand actually, when our deck draws well, it actually looks good against the deck running Kintree Warden and Heartpiercer Bow. So yeah, I guess it's got that going for it. Our deck can win when we draw well against a Heartpiercer Bow deck. That's good. That is a good thing. All right, we're just going to go swing team. He can eat. Well, actually, I guess we just swing Aspirant. I mean, I could get in for 5 points of damage, but I'm pretty sure we're going to win next turn anyway. He would have to have something pretty crazy to survive this. Even Death Frenzy doesn't get him out of this sticky situation. So his turn progression has been turn 2 Heartpiercer, turn 3 Morph, turn 4 Hooded Assassin. I mean, granted, Heartpiercer and Kintree Warden are pretty unimpressive cards. But he still, I mean, he didn't have like the absolute worst turn progression. It was just a pretty bad turn progression. But being able to overcome at least, I guess, a Morph into a 2-3, I don't know, isn't really worth bragging about, I guess. So ultimately, this deck was a horrible disappointment. But maybe I should dissect a little bit more why it performed so poorly. So game 1, match 1, we crushed. We just crushed. We went in. Heel Cutter did exactly what we wanted it to do. For some reason, even having 2 of them, Heel Cutter just did not pop out as much as I would have liked. But like I said, we crushed game 1. Game 2, he came back and just absolutely crushed us. I got about as punished as I could have gotten for keeping the 1-lander. I justified the 1-land keep with the, well, I've got 16 draws that are good. I thought double coin flip, there was a pretty good chance I was going to hit one of those coin flips. Turned out to not work out that well for us. In fact, it worked out really poorly for us, and we got crushed. And then game 3, we actually drew really well, but everything in our opponent's sideboard came up and just absolutely demolished us. So lost to the Feed the Clan, Sultai Flare, Arishan Cleric. What's the life gain I'm missing? Watcher the Roost. There's one more that I can't think of. So then match 2, crush game 1, just demolish. No chance of victory on his part. Game 2, what happened in game 2 of match 2? Just got outvalued. I was forced to use Arrow Storms on a Sage of the Inward Eye. That was a big bummer. And then game 3, we just Heel Cutter, man. Where are the Heel Cutters? Just non-existent. So, and then match 3, we just crushed games 1 and 2. Deck did exactly what I had hoped it done when I built it. So ultimately, it looks like monocolor can work, but this one was just a very poor performance, unfortunately, overall. We got 1 for Pride, which makes me, at least I left on a positive note, but oh man, my expectations of this deck were so much higher than its performance that it ultimately was just a big old disappointment. But hope you enjoyed it anyway, and maybe this is the first monocolor deck you've seen in cons. I think it's the first one I've seen. So, all right, we'll see you for the next one.